Every move the presidential candidates make has the potential to help or hurt their campaigns, even just a little shrug of the shoulders.
That's right. Janine Driver is the president of the Body Language Institute. She's here to help you read the body language of 4 of the candidates. Janine, good morning.
Good morning,
Janine.
Natalie,
Good to see you.
Willie, nice to see you guys.
We dissect their words so much, but you're going to clue us into their body language because there's some tells there as well as to what kind of leader they would be, right?
Absolutely. We actually will look at body language more often than words. I'm a keynote speaker for big corporations, and I'll say, they'll all have to hold hands, and I say, okay, these hula hoops are in the middle of their hands. I say, go in a circle. The hula hoops have to make their way in a circle, and then back in the circle. But I do this with my body, and I go, the hula hoops have to make their way around the circle. What do you think the executives do? They climb through the hula hoops. So they're in their 3-inch high heels, their sexy mama boots like you're wearing, Natalie. Because of this gesture, they will pay attention more to the gesture than to the words.
All right, so let's start by taking a look at Hillary Clinton. Let's play the sound and
I've always
tell us what you
been
see.
somebody who believed and raised in my family and my faith that I, with my blessings, had an opportunity and obligation to do what I could to help others, and that's what I will do as president.
Right.
Now, let's rewind. You might not have even seen it. Did you see it?
No.
It's a shoulder shrug. Watch this. A shoulder shrug indicates uncertainty.
Raised in my family and my faith.
Look at this. Watch here. We have one shrug already, 2 shrugs right here. We're going to have a third. There we go. We have the hat trick of shoulder shrugs right here. A shoulder shrug is uncertainty. So when you're saying a definitive answer, listen, I'm doing this not for me. I'm doing it for the public. And I shrug, it cancels out your message. A shoulder shrug is uncertainty. But if I've ever said to you, hey, Willie, did you ever cheat on your wife? And you say no, it doesn't mean you're a cheater. Maybe you know your neighbor is cheating. Right. So we don't know what the catalyst is here for Hillary, but it will hurt her message.
And you think voters pick up on those cues subconsciously?
Yes, subconsciously we do pick up on it. Our brain, it's called an N400. If I say I have a peanut butter and jelly on my socks, please, your brain says, wait a minute, I don't understand that. When you make a definitive statement,
humility, maybe though.
No, it's always uncertainty. It's an emblem in the United States of America. This is, what do you want for lunch? I don't know. What do you want? I would love to be president. She's imploding here.
Wow.
Okay, let's take a look at Donald Trump. Of course, again, we've heard a lot of what he's had to say. You read the body language. Tell me what you see.
People are buying it. You know what's happening. It's dead. It's going to.
I want you to watch his hands. Let's rewind
the hands a lot.
So I want you to rewind this. He does this move quite a bit. So let's rewind and watch Donald Trump's hands.
It's turned out to be a disaster. The wrong people are buying it. You know what's happening. It's dead. It's good.
You know, I always think of like the monkey with the tambourines there, or the cymbals. And I'm not saying it to disrespect Donald Trump. This move right here that he does constantly. Remember that you wind up this toy and the monkey's like ding ding. He does this move constantly, this banging of his hands in the air.
And what does that tell you?
It is connected with people who think outside of the box, creative thinking. That's why you get someone that is from the real estate industry running for president. That's why you get a man who's going to be on the front lines talking to, the people coming into our border, Border Patrol. He's going to think outside the box, creative thinking. If you want someone that has that strategy with creativity, Donald Trump might be the guy.
We're not letting politics get into this. It's just you reading the body language.
He's got the chop, too.
Right.
He's a big chopper. He likes the okays.
Let's go back to the Democrats and take a look at Bernie Sanders. You say keep an eye on his finger. Watch this.
When I talk about democratic socialism, I'm not looking at Venezuela. I'm not looking at Cuba. I'm looking at countries like Denmark and Sweden. And you know what goes on in those countries? All of the kids.
Yeah, you see that wagging of his finger? He's a big wagger of the finger. So we'll see. Let's rewind this clip again. And he wags his finger a lot. He does some palm down gestures.
I'm not looking at Cuba. I'm looking at countries like Denmark and Sweden. And you know what goes on in the...
Wagging the finger, judgment lingers. So when we wave our finger at people, it's judgment lingers. He'll do a palm down gesture quite a bit. This is what cops do when they go in, right, on a raid. They're like, on the ground, Natalie, on the ground, Willie, right here. So he'll do this. It could be like you're feeling judged by him, but here's the deal. Is he, when he's talking, saying something that he does have judgment to? But it's almost like he's reprimanding us here. So judgment does come. So someone could be like, wait a minute, is he the right person for president?
Or is he reprimanding what he's talking about? The big banks.
We don't know what the catalyst is.
At the banks.
That's right. You're smart. Have you come to a class at the Body Language Institute?
I know.
You're so
I'd like
smart.
to be a guest speaker.
We've had you here enough. All right, let's take a look at Marco Rubio. And you want us to focus on his facial expression.
I do.
Well, it's not your record. You have to clear it up, because if you don't, then people say, well, then it must be true. He didn't dispute it. And he's done that a number of times. We saw what he did to Dr. Carson in Iowa, which was wrong.
Wait for it. Here it comes.
Trey Gowdy, somebody came up with a
Look at this.
Facebook post saying Trey Gowdy was no longer endorsing me.
Did you see that?
I'm not sure what.
So I want you to watch his face. It's disgust. His upper lip is going to come up. His eyes wrinkle and his nose wrinkles.
Okay.
And he's
Here we
done
go.
that a
Watch
number
this.
of times. We saw what he did to Dr. Carson
Hang
in
tight.
Iowa, which was wrong. We
He's
saw
disgusted
yesterday
here.
Trey
Watch,
Gowdy,
Ted.
he
Right
came
there.
up with a
Look at this.
fake-
Look at that brow. This is like, you got to be kidding.
Yeah.
It's as if he's dropping a nonverbal F-bomb at this point. It's like, it's disgust. Again, we don't know what the catalyst is. We can assume, and most people will, that why would someone spread a rumor that's not true that we can verify within minutes?
Yeah.
So, but we see this disgust. This is
Or a
congruent.
photoshopped photo.
Right. Well, if we talked about Hillary earlier versus this, Hillary was incongruent with her statement and doing that shrug. Here it's congruent. He's saying, I'm disgusted. I don't like that this happened. And we're seeing disgust on his face. We're looking for congruency.
Fascinating.
It is. It's very interesting. It makes you look at things, sort of take a step back, and if you don't listen to the words and just pay attention.
Who knows? Like I say, I met one time Joe Biden. I said, let's throw Joe Biden back in the mix. I met him, and I said, he's the type of guy that keeps it real. So we'll see what happens.
The way this race is going, he might be in the mix in a couple of weeks.
Be a surprise.
Janine, always good to see you. Thanks so much.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.